Hey, hey, we live, we live, we live. Hey, YouTube, I know it's looking a little blue on my side, you know what I mean? This is live from the ocean. You know what I'm saying? This is live from Atlantis, the aquatic paradise, allegedly. But as you know by the handle though, I am Joey, Joey's me, and this is the 30th. Count it up, people. 30th episode of Hustle and Smoke. So I'm gonna share a fun fact with you, peoples. Right? You know, the average Netflix show lasts about 2 seasons, and each one of those seasons be like 5 or 6 episodes. So if my math serves me right, 5 or 6 episodes times two is 10 to 12. So with that being said, we're 18 over that. So that means we going up, peoples. You know, I just want to take that the chance to say thank you to everybody that's came on the joint. You know, I've had some of the dopest people you probably ever meet. Hey, just take the time to watch the joints. You'll see. You know, and the young lady in front of me is no exception. You know, outside of that, also thank you to the people that's been watching. You know, shouts out to my man's Bernie L. My man Bernie L in the building early, commenting early. Shouts out to you, bro. We gonna tap in. We gonna tap in on the one-on-one real soon, bro. But outside of that, shouts out to moms. Moms be on all these Jones, man. I'll be like, thank you, mom. You know, shouts out to moms for that phone call, man, asking me why I curse so much on the joint. You know what I mean? I love you, mother. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes, you know, we get a little passionate at Hustle and Smoke. You know what I mean, moms? Try, try not to hit me. Anyway, outside of that, now on the real though, you know, thanks to everyone. You know, this is I know we're supposed to go live at 5. You know, we're here now though, and that's all that matters. So without further ado, I'm gonna let the young lady introduce herself to the peoples while I try to get this going.
I'm
Hold up. Oh,
Amanda.
oh,
Me
oh,
and Joey,
oh,
we go way back.
hold up. Go ahead, introduce yourself, man, whenever you're ready.
Amanda.
Oh, it looks like you muted. Hold up, Big Swallow. Your volume.
Oh, hold on. Can you hear me?
You look like you muted.
But I'm not. I was just talking to you.
Yo, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
How about now? No? All right. Hello? Can you hear me?
Wait, hold up.
How about now?
Nah.
What the hell? I was just.
Yo,
Can you hear me? Hello?
try coming out and coming back in. So wait, hold up. They could hear you. It's me that can't be heard allegedly, or me that can't hear you, which is very strange. Big soul up. Oh, yo.
Hello?
Yeah, there we go. Oh, we lit. Hey, my man Bernie, I'm telling you, Bernie's the man, baby. Hey, without Bernie, we wouldn't have known. Now, so as I was saying, that's why I was like, hold up, do I have to tell her to introduce herself again? I'm like, what's going on?
No, I'm like, that's why I said, why? Like, didn't he hear me?
Yo, oh man, that's hilarious. But not now, officially on the record, I can hear you. The world can hear you.
All
You let
right.
them know who you are.
Amanda again. But yeah, me and Joey, we go way back.
That's
What?
that's what you got for the people.
Yeah.
Man, listen, girl, listen, people. This my home girl right here. You know, I want to say sandbox times. I must have been like 10th grade.
Yeah.
We definitely spent a lot of time chopping it up. Smoked hella bud. Um,
Yeah.
man, it was very few things that we wasn't talking about. Like I remember, and this is just me speaking from what I could recollect. I don't know. My stoner brain tells me that this is the information that I have at hand. And that information is that, as I was saying, but just to give you and give the people a little context, I found it real important that you came on when you did, because I definitely remember some of our conversations more vividly than others. And
Oh, really?
at that point, yeah, no, look, there you go. Look, you had the people think you ain't have nothing to say, girl. Stop playing, girl. You better let loose, girl. I know you a mom and all that, but you better, girl. You know what I mean? You better
Yeah, I
shit,
forgot.
man. You know what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because like I said, I remember some of our conversations, and some of them were like real for the time. I feel like real in the sense that like I wasn't really having these conversations all over the place. The conversations weren't had in general, not even me speaking with myself in my immediate circle, but in my comings and goings, you wasn't really hearing these different points. So that's one reason. Two, the second reason, we're gonna give you your flowers. No pun intended. Um, you are newly mom. You a mom now.
Uh,
So to me, that is so fucking dope because
Thank
oh man, you see, mom's already chimed in, and I dropped the F bomb already. Like, god damn it, mom, you could have waited like 10 minutes, mom. Damn it. But to me, that's real special. And as you can see, I value the rapport I have with my mom like a motherfucker. Excuse my French.
you. Good.
It's very few things that I feel like um I can't really reach the moms, and it won't be like a reach back or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be.
Moms and
And
sons definitely have that.
oh, come on, sis. You know that. And on top of that, I knew you before you was a mom. So like, and
Yeah.
that's not to say that like anything's like, oh my God, you were this fucking rock star or anything. But I'm sure there's different nuances to you as a mom and you, Amanda, just doing
Yeah,
you. You know what I'm saying?
for
In
sure.
in, in the raw term. So I found it real important that I tap in with you to ask you a little about what the journey has been so far. I see your baby daughter out there. She looking real beautiful. God bless. God
Thank you.
bless. Hopefully one day I get to formally, meet her and all of that. Girl, I got a line of little babies I gotta meet. I got my sisters. Both of my sisters have one right now. I ain't meet them
Huh?
yet, so I gotta meet my
Uncle
nephews. I gotta
Joey. Oh,
yeah, Uncle Joey. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
very
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm embracing it more every day. You know what I mean? Because I do feel like and I guess we could start it right here. I feel like there's a certain responsibility, as uncle that is played because especially now in my comings and goings, I'm hearing the phrases like, it takes a village. Um, you know, um, Anything you could name along those lines. And the village is literally
the
that
people.
reach, the people being there. God forbid, you and your daughter ever bump heads, she could go to pops, she could go to uncle, she could
Exactly.
go to aunt,
Yeah.
and there's different avenues to where I feel like it connects to the disconnect that is today is that we've abandoned the family structure so far that like almost by proxy we'll much easily speak to like a friend of ours about some shit rather than a family member.
Yeah.
And like
That's
it is what it is. Sometimes people don't have it in them, or people don't have that relationship with their family, but the fact that, like I said, almost subconsciously, you're not thinking about your moms or your pops. You're thinking about maybe your best friend that just came in to visit you, or you
yes.
thinking about your baby father or whatever the case may be.
Mm.
All due respect to that, of course. But it's to me it's such a slippery slope because you think of the village thing, and um you kind of go. I know I do. When I say you, I guess I'm speaking on myself, but I go off on a tangent and I just start thinking like, man, like how can we do better? And the way I see it is the way we do better is, you know, we speak on it. We give life to these concepts. We keep in mind that if we don't have to be uncles or parents to reach out to the younger generations. I'm sure. And it's crazy because the only reason I haven't really done it is because I don't know. It's a little weird to me, you know, but it do be times I be seeing them little youngins, you know, I'm like, man, that was me right there, you know, talk to this little nigga right here, you know, give him a little nuggie or something, you know, but I don't know these cats, so I can't be doing that, you know, but in the end of the day, it's like, you know, the sentiment is, you know, each one teach one, but also the elders is always going to try to funnel it down to the youth, you know what I'm saying, because you know, misguidance is all over the place, and it's within the elders, it's within the youth, it's all over. So if me saying, hey, little man, you know, you know, maybe you don't want to do that because I did that and I didn't do well in this area, so maybe you might want to, you know, that could be like, man, you know, the only thing that comes to mind when I just said that was that scene in Belly when Nas is speaking to the little kid and he's like, man, you dope as fuck. And he's like, here you go, little man, hold your hand. Gave him a big ass chain. Like that, we should normalize that. And like, even though it's like, oh, he gave him a chain. Wow. No, it's like that little dude right there probably carried that on for the rest of his life. Like, yo, I remember when the OG sat me down and said, boo doo, boo doo, boo doo, boo doo, boo doo, boo doo. You know what I mean? And that's way better than, oh, I remember the first time the OG handed me a gun or handed me some crack pipes or some crack valves or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? So, and all of that ties back to the village, you know? And I would like to get, first and foremost, because I feel like my diatribe has gone on long enough. Go ahead and put in your 2 cents to that.
Well, I was going to say, you know, you talked about being an uncle. Growing up, for sure, my uncle was one of the people that I would always talk to about everything. And he always let me know that he was there for me. So that's really important. I remember, I'll never forget, he told me one time, he said, if you ever feel like you can't call me or it's too embarrassing or it's too bad, whatever you're going to tell me, do it anyway, because I promise you I've been there. So my uncle and my aunt, they've helped me get through a lot. But yeah, I mean,
And like, and really, like, you know, real quickly, it's real synonymous to, you know, the people coin the phrase the glue of the family or the glue of this or the thing that keeps it together. That it's that, you know, because how many times did we not disagree with our parents? Literally from the moment we had a chance to disagree with our parents. You know,
exactly.
and how many times was it not beneficial for you personally that you had this avenue? You know, like out there, you know, there's no compassion out there, you know, and
Very true.
you know, you don't even have to live out there to really know that, you know what I mean? You just gotta look and see, you know. And wow, that's just real dope. I highly agree that and that it's needed. It's very much needed because anywhere you could go, it's an impressionable mind at this corner, at that corner, here, there, like no matter what, you know, you doing something of influence everywhere you go. Like earlier,
Exactly.
you know, I could, man, listen, you know, I was at the doggone Shake Shack earlier, you know, and there was this kid that just kept staring at me and like, you know, he was probably my skin complexion, you know, he looked like he could have been a little young Joey, you know what I mean? But and in my mind, off rip, you know, we from New York, so you know, people look for too long. You gonna be like, what the fuck, what's going on, you know? But
Exactly.
obviously, that's not the energy I approached it with. I just got to thinking, then I was like, wow, like, you know, if at this moment my pants was a little this much above my waist, he probably picked that up, right? Just like if at this moment I was on the phone cursing out my wifey, he picked that
They
up.
hear all of, yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
So automatically, I looked at it where, you know, before I'd probably stick to the, yo, why, you know, why am I being stared at right now? What the fuck? Now I looked at that and I'm like, oh shit, like, yo, maybe little bit is like, okay, like, you know, sizing me up in that. Let's see how, you know, because kids, that's the example. Their comings and goings. You know, they don't know it enough to comprehend, but they see it. You know what I mean? So I say that to say that it was a certain responsibility almost
yeah.
that I felt at that moment where it was like, man, like I might have been standing with like with a limp or something, and I might have stood straight. You know what I mean? Just so for that moment, it's like, okay, It could be like, okay, I see this guy or whatever, and he could be like an example. And I wouldn't. I'm not trying to project that. It's just it's something we don't think about as people. We don't think about what image we putting out. We too busy in our heads doing whatever the fuck we
Exactly.
do.
Learn about us.
You know what I mean? So and that's cool. That's all good. But at the same time, it's a little something called discernment and
Yeah.
awareness. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
man, it's in such short supply nowadays, sis. I just, sometimes I just marvel.
I think
at this point, I just marvel at it.
Awareness and accountability, I think, as people.
Oh man, you see?
Yeah.
Oh, you see that A for Jehovah must stand for accountability, because that's a bomb right there. People ain't ready to have that conversation, sister.
Yeah.
You might have had some people log off after you said that word, because it's like, but it's like, yo, let's normalize that though. You know what I mean? Like, let's normalize knowing that if we fucked up on the move we made, like, all right, we gonna make it right by saying, yo, I fucked up. Like, it's crazy, before I wasn't so open to looking at it that way, but that was because I was playing from the mindset of, yo, there's not compassion out there. There's no compassion out there. So what the fuck am I gonna try to articulate myself and all of that when it's just gonna go on somebody that don't give a fuck anyway? But now, nowadays I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta speak, because in the end of the day, like, it's so many situations where I expected, like, because of maybe a number of situations I done went through in life, I might have expected, like, oh, this person is gonna be like this, but that person really helped me out, and through me actually, speaking and whatever the fuck, some ground was broken. You know what I mean? And I don't know, even something like that, like, I was like, wow, like, that's crazy, because we spent, like I said, we spent a lot of time in our own world and only catering to our interests. So, like, who the fuck is thinking about how this person felt about But in the back of, but on the same coin, you being how you was in that situation could have been the blessing or the curse. Because who knows, you could have cut off a connection that could have made you a millionaire.
That's very true.
And it's just, it's just crazy. I know that's a little bit of a tangent. I know we started with parenthood and shit.
Olive branching so much.
Nah, but it's all good, man. Yo, it's all good, man. It's hustle and smoke, man. It's hustle and smoke.
Conversations start.
Oh man, I mean, you got to cover the bases nowadays. I very much so. And that's why we reach out to different people on Hustle and Smoke. You could, I don't know if people know, but technically my podcast is about cannabis. And that's why, I might be talking a little bit during the episodes. I might drop a little bombshell about some fact about some cannabis shit. I might do a million things in one, but that's because that's my channel. But at the same time, where the hustle comes in is people like yourself. I consider you a hustler, sis, because guess what? It was a time where, we didn't have 9-to-5 jobs. You might have had that little bakery joint, but that wasn't feeding nobody. Maybe you, but it wasn't me. It wasn't anything crazy. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Go ahead.
It's crazy because looking back, I used to think that I made so much money there, but looking back now, it's really crazy how, like, the cost of living has went up since we've known each other. Since we've known each other. I remember when I first got my first job, minimum wage was like $9.50, and now it's $15. Like, it's just crazy, like, how so many things have changed.
It's crazy. What's even crazy is that it could be $15, and that shit still ain't enough.
Yeah,
but that's a different conversation. That's a different conversation. But
we can really olive branch off something like that.
Nah, man, we got some time. It's only the 20-minute mark. We got some time, sis. But And that's really the gist of it all. It's like, man, like, to me, it's like a moral dilemma, because you stuck thinking, like, hold up, like, is looking at it this way conducive, or do I change the way I look at it? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's crazy because, for example, listen, I challenge you, anybody in this stream, anybody and their mama who could hear my voice right now, go ahead and try to buy some property in Cross Bay. Even though that shit floods like a motherfucker every year. anything is liable to happen over there.
Yeah.
But try to get a property over there. Try. No,
Good
you
luck.
can't do it. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's crazy because, even though, I stayed up the hill, not literally, obviously, you might have been in Cross Bay. I was in Ozone Park over there, shit. Oh, no, not Cross Bay, Howard Beach. Let me be
Lindenwood.
specific. New Howard. Or is it
No,
old? No, New
Lindenwood.
Howard.
I lived in Lindenwood. I did not.
Oh shit. Oh shit. You see, Lindenwood people. Oh my. Listen, it was all Howard Beach. Get out of town with
No,
that.
no.
Listen. Oh
You're
my
gonna
god.
cause some commotion on this broadcast because if you say Lindenwood, Howard Beach, they're all the same. All those Lindenwood people are gonna be like, "You're bugging, no way."
Now you see, and in the spirit of having that not happen, I'm good. I'm not gonna go no further. But all I'm saying is that if I walk 2 blocks, I was in Howard Beach. If I walk 2 blocks over, I was in your hood. That's
Yeah,
all
it's
I'm gonna
true.
say.
It's true, but that's the
That's
same
all I'm
way.
gonna say.
That's the same way of thinking. That's like saying Lindenwood is East New York because it's 2 blocks away.
Oh
A
shit! You
lot could change
see?
in 2 blocks.
You see? Nah. You see? When you made that call, okay. Listen, my Lindenwood people, I take that back. When she said that, I understood exactly what she meant.
Yeah, a lot could change in 2 blocks, especially in New York, for real.
Man, that is a fact, sis. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. So we talk about momhood, sis. We talk
Right.
about momhood.
Yeah.
Let's give a second, my man Bernie live. Hey Bernie, I got you with the wrench, bro. I got you, man. Don't worry, you're gonna be the first one to get it, bro. Don't nobody got a wrench right now, bro. But I promise you, bro, you showing love. You gonna be the first one, my brother. Man, you written in my notes, bro, in my head, not in my phone, in my head. I can't forget you, dog. Anyway, so as I was saying, it's like it's crazy because, what I really want to ask you is like, man, what was your mental like going from not being mom to yo, I'm a mom. Like talk, tell me.
It's crazy. It's, pregnancy, it all goes by so fast and you just gotta enjoy it. It's stressful, but it's all worth it. Especially, can you imagine during a pandemic? Oh, man.
And that's the thing. And if you don't mind, like I would like to kind of talk a little bit about what the experience was actually like going through the hospital system. Not in detail, obviously, but kind of like, just sudden like subtle motions that you were feeling, or whatever. But that's a little late. If not. But
Yeah.
for right now, as you were saying, you were saying how it's an obstacle and whatnot.
Yeah, it changes you, but it's a great thing. It's a lot of work, but it's a great thing. You're reminded of it every day, it's a gift. But with the pandemic, it's like I don't have anything to compare it to because this is my first pregnancy. So I can't say, oh, compared to this.
No, listen, man.
Yeah,
Wait, hold up. Y'all, can you hear me?
yeah, I can.
Yeah. Man, I fucking man. Um, man, what was I gonna say? Can you repeat your last point? I'm so sorry, sis.
Well, I said pregnancy in a pandemic, I don't have
Yes,
anything
yes.
to compare it to because it's my first pregnancy. So I don't know how, I mean, my cousins and stuff when they were born, but it's different. Like you're only allowed to have 2 visitors, the same people. Like, so my mom and my boyfriend, those were the only people who could see me the whole time, like my dad couldn't come. You have to wear a mask the whole time. Like it's crazy. It was different. Yeah.
And like through this process, obviously you still have a basketball in your belly. So how did you channel these motions and still kept in mind that you had to keep a level of like leniency with your emotions because you didn't want to put too much on yourself and on the baby, so how did you kind of keep all of that in stride and you know go ahead, I'm sorry.
Honestly, like it's one of those things where you really just it's one day at a time. You honestly everyone's winging it like one day at a time. If you think too far ahead, you're going to stress yourself out because there's only so much you can do. My baby, she came a month early, so nothing was even ready. So
Wow.
yeah, my mom had to come to my house and, set up what wasn't done. But when you
Yo,
when
shouts out to your moms, man. That's beautiful. That's
yeah,
beautiful.
real, I don't know what I would
That's
have done.
dope. That's dope for her, honestly, that, you know, she was there.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank God. I don't know what I would have done without her. But
Nah, I mean, come on now. Yeah, that's a fact. So, I honestly, and especially now that I have the podcast and stuff, I make like when I know that, I got a father coming on or a mother, I try to speak on it because, me personally, I know mom's, molding. You know what I mean? She held it down, and then even like on times where like it was like, oh, it was like very rarely it was like, oh, where's pops? And that's not because it was like spiteful. It was just
it's
it,
natural.
it wasn't really a yearning to reach for that because moms was working overtime, like no pun intended, overtime. You know what I mean? So I like to stress that from the mom side because I know that as a son, I love my mama. You know what I mean? And I know there's a lot of cats out there that love their mama.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ladies that love their mama. Everybody should love their mama. You know what I mean? But I,
Yeah.
I know that it's a level of nuance that comes with that relationship. Like I know it's times when me and moms ain't necessarily see eye to eye, but I know that I felt a level of je ne sais quoi in that I could pick up the phone and call her, and it won't be spiteful. It'll be like, okay, we might got to come back later, but hey, thank you for picking up the call. You know what I mean? So it's to me, it's like it's so important. Like and for the fellas that I have on, for me, it's important. To tap in with that because you know you hear a lot dudes say that my kid was the reason I yada yada yada. So I've always wanted to hone in on that phenomenon because in the end of the day, as people, we should come with a level of care, a level of discernment already. It shouldn't have to take the miracle of childbirth for us to get 2 cents. So I say that to say that it's also a beautiful thing because so far it's been cats that I've known personally. These dudes might have been some of them might have been playing the block, some of them might have been playing ball, or some of them might have been hitting the books hard, and they either did it at a time it was viable, or they didn't. But at the end of the day, it made something out of them.
Yeah.
And I look at these dudes now, and it's like, wow, like, yo, shouts out to y'all, man. And hey, anybody in the future want to come on Hustle and Smoke and talk about the fatherhood thing or any late motherhood thing? Go ahead. Hustle and Smoke is open to it. Because like I say, the only way the village is gonna stick is if we keep pushing it, and we keep talking about it, and we keep talking to our friends about it. You know what I mean? And that's just my 2 cents on that. Anything else you wanted to add though?
Yeah, it changes you. Like it really does.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
No. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Repeat
Yeah.
that.
Even, even little things that you don't notice right away, it changes you. Like now I notice since becoming a mom, like subliminally I'm more cautious, and I just notice in the back of my head like, I used to do that without thinking twice. Now I'm just like, oh, like, do I really want to go 6 feet in the water at the beach? What could happen? Like, you think of all the things that could
Yo, listen. Real quickly. I am going to fight back, fight you back on that specifically because I'm not gonna lie. It was a couple times where you had that already. Like you
yeah,
just had an
that's
incredible
true,
amount of
but
foresight, and like to me, like that's one reason why I was like, wow, okay, like cool, that's what's up. Honestly, like
yeah.
foresight is beautiful
I,
because it's literally the difference between walking head first into some shit that you don't know and knowing like, okay, I'm across this street because God forbid, I'm a,
yeah.
you
I
know,
I always think things through. You know, I think I'm very much the opposite of impulsive, but being a mom, I feel like it made that times 10, you know?
No, yeah, 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 absolutely. Now, is that to say that, like, obviously there's no doubt that it's a responsibility, but when I ask this, I want you to think kind of a little deeper than that. Like, do you feel like it's a responsibility that you're putting on yourself to, like, yo, I have to be, I have to have this level of, know with all and all of that, or is it just you just feel like or would you just say it's just nature, or just
I, for me personally, I think it's just nature. You know, like before cooking, like I would just like I'll cut jalapenos with my hands and wash my hands. Now I think, okay, I gotta put on gloves to cut jalapenos because you know if I touch her, I could burn her, and I don't want to burn. You know, like I just think about
oh
all the
shit,
little extra things.
wow, yo, that's amazing to me. I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, it's just so many little things. Like now, you know, you really think about like germs and like just it's a different level of
So
paranoia.
what you saying is ain't nobody touching your baby.
You gotta wash your hands. Of
Yo, I'm dead. You got the little hand sanitizer popping off ASAP,
course,
the little
yeah,
Purell.
you
You
have
gonna
to.
touch the baby? You better get right,
Yeah,
boy.
you got to.
Nah,
It's
it's only listen. It's vicious what's going on out there.
I
You know
know.
what I mean? And if you don't directly take that step, ain't nobody gonna do it for you, sister.
Yeah, you have to.
So now I kind of want to transition to talk a little more about something that I knew was like, for lack of a better term, it kind of was like what I considered like an identity to you from me. Oh, not from me, but you know what I'm saying. Like you a big sneakerhead is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So let's talk a little bit on that. So now that you a mom and all that, I know you still into the sneakers and stuff. Do you look at it from like, we have like when you think of the sneaker game nowadays, one Travis Scott, Virgil. Those are the two names that kind of is dominating right now, right?
right.
So when when you or if you have, because god damn, them shoes are so fucking expensive, dog. Um,
It's
when you
the
shop anything Travis Scott, anything Kylie Jenner, anything Beyonce, anything Jay-Z, do you think of it from the stance of I'm helping these people put their kids through school, or I know that, in I'm buying this brand, but it's not frivolous anymore because I'm a mom and I know that, Kylie has Stormy and, Beyonce has Blue Ivy, and I know that they got to feed their kids somehow, right? So I got to support. So do you think of it that way, or is it just
absolutely not. I'm not gonna buy anything that I don't like. Like I'm not gonna buy a product that I don't like. If I were to buy, you know, Travs, it's because I like how they look. If I'm gonna buy, you know, Kylie makeup, Kylie baby, it's because I want the product. They don't need me supporting their kids. But yeah,
go, go
it
ahead?
goes with the product, you know? Like Travs, they're really not expensive. They're like less
If
than
you could get them the day they drop.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's the resell. It's us who messes it up. They're that expensive because we want more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So okay, I love that you brought that up. So with that point being made, how would you say, like, how do you think, from coming from you being in high school and all of that, kind of where I don't know if that's where the sneaker craze started for you. I know for me that's kind of when I started looking at sneakers more. But how do you think the sneaker game is from then to now? Speaking on, having spoken on resellers and the resale market and what have you.
I feel like now when it comes to the brand that things have trickled down to certain specific styles and just numerous varies of the design. So like now It's all about ones, SBs, things like that. Trav, Off White, things like that. The hyped up releases. I feel like now, like nobody likes what they like just to like it. They like what's hype, but
Wait, but hold on. Let me push back on that. You just said verbatim that you gonna get something you like.
yeah, that's me though.
Oh, okay. Now,
Yeah,
listen. Like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate. Go ahead.
yeah. But like, there's certain designers where it's all hyped up and they make a shoe that doesn't look nice. Like I'm not gonna pay 500 resale for something just for the name of the artist on it. Yeah. I think everyone's entitled to the style of what they like. Fashion trends come and go, but your style is always going to be you.
And that's the thing. And two things. So I want to double down and say that the reason why I asked, about the Jenners and the Travis and the Travises and all of that of the world is because nowadays we're there's this notion. It didn't start nowadays, but it's heavily pushed. We're supporting black business, supporting this business, supporting that business. So when I asked that, I kind of asked that from the perspective of like, did this at all change that for you? Because in the end of the day, I know I can speak for myself. Like, for example, I was listening to I forgot what YouTuber it was, but throughout one of his videos, the guest that he had on his panel was saying how like True Religion jeans is for old people. I, I love me some True Religion jeans. Yo, I love me some True Religion jeans so much that I'm really about to buy that Supreme fucking True Religion jacket. Like I swear it's in
Put
my
that
cart.
first.
I'm thinking about purchasing it. My birthday's coming up soon. It's like I might have to do it. But I say that to say that I still wear True Religion like it's nothing because in the end of the day, like I remember as a youngin, I wanted True Religion. it,
Yeah.
it just it continued. Now I could hey, listen, I ain't gonna toot my own horn, thank God, but I could afford to, spend maybe $200-300 on a pair of jeans that I know I'll have for 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's why I support it. But from the outsider, anybody like let's say youngster from New York and be like, True Religion, what the fuck is that? They have balls for me, and it's like, yo, youngin, I'm wearing this because this is what I like to wear. Same
Exactly.
thing with Moody jeans. Like these are all brands that like I couldn't buy as a kid. I ain't gonna lie to you. I couldn't go to the nudie store and I could have tell my, hey mom, take me to the nudie store. Fuck out of here, man. Hey, moms could tell you she wasn't taking me to no damn nudie store,
Yeah.
and I couldn't be mad at her. You know what I mean? What the fuck? It taught me what it is. Like, you have your luxuries in life. You know what I mean? You have, you like to drink the top shelf, right? So maybe you spend 2K on the bottle. You like to smoke good, right? Out of that quote unquote pressure pack, that Zaza, right? Yeah, you gonna pay 70 for that AFI because you like to smoke, right? So it's like in the end of the day, like that's really like kind of why I was asking that question because like I said, it's a notion, and I say a notion because I mean, yeah, everybody's saying support this business, that business, but I mean, businesses is dying every day. So where's the sport at?
Yeah. I think you like what you like. Honestly,
Mhm.
you gotta like what you're buying. People styles come and go. So people, one day people will say, this, that, and the third is tacky. Next thing you know, a couple years later, it's coming back. I feel like everything now with style and fashion, it's all recycled. You know, Back in when I was in middle school, the 80s were coming back and girls were wearing leggings with skirts. And now, you know, people are wearing these long flowy dresses with these chunky old lady shoes, and that's what's in. Like I feel like it just keeps time traveling. Now people dress like they're back in the 2000s with all these
Okay, yeah,
colors,
no, that
like the bling jeans. It's just
man,
it's all
listen.
recycled.
the big jersey with the
Yeah,
baggy pants.
yeah,
Man, what a
all
day.
all coming back.
And hey, listen. I'll tell you what. I know for myself, I could speak for myself. I've been wearing jerseys, man.
Yes, I
But
could
I do get
touch
what
for
you're
that.
saying, though. I do get what you're saying because I ain't gonna lie, man. It was a lot of cats that was not wearing jerseys back then, and now they got one or two jerseys and they want to talk. And I'm just like, man, like we've been on this, you know what I mean? And
Exactly.
that's the thing. It's like it's
Exactly.
crazy. It's crazy how like you basically are saying that it's transcended. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
transcends with time, and like to me, that's a beautiful thing. It's like people. I feel like there's a huge demographic of people that be so like content with just the routine and like yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the routine is beautiful, but there's also a lot of beauty and new
Yeah.
in evolution. In you might have done something with your right hand. Now you might have found out you could have done it with your left the whole time. That shit like that. It's like man, like it's so much beauty in just like, for lack of a better term, discovering shit and like actually like using your brain on it. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh yeah, this happened, whatever. Nah, it's like, okay, this happened. So wow, now it opens the door for DEF now, where I just had ABC. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like it's just it's real crazy, sis. That's all I can say. It is real crazy. Like it's crazy. By the way, shouts out to Barefoot. This is their Pinot Grigio. You
Oh,
know, and it got me really nice right now. So shouts out to them. If y'all ever want to sponsor Hustle and Smoke, y'all already know what time it is. Barefoot, get me on the phone. I'm gonna pick up. Anyway, so as I was saying, it's really crazy though because, like I said, whether you want it to or not, time is gonna transcend for the better or worse. So like, it creates a level of like, damn, like you got to make the ugly face because you're like, how is the next person like not hip to any of this?
yeah.
It's like, man, like people really do just be living in a world, and who am I to take them out of it?
Yeah.
That's just how I see it. But so let's transition into we spoke a little on it, the pandemic. So outside, I know when did you give birth again?
April.
Okay, so it's safe to say you've had a good 6 months, and we're still in the pandemic.
It'll be 6 months. The 23rd. So that's like what, Friday?
God damn!
Yeah.
Listen, when you said that, like I imagined you having a calendar with like the shit written down on your heavy mom shit.
No,
Just
not
this
even.
is like the 6 month anniversary of the pandemic, and then it's like the next day is like, oh yes, somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
Hey man, listen, organization is hey, listen, I tell myself all the time I'm gonna get a little notebook and start jotting shit down.
You know what? Let me tell you, mom brain, that shit is so real. Cause God forgive me, my daughter, she was only born 6 months ago. I be calling her my little cousin's name. I be forgetting that she was born on the 23rd. I always think it's the
Oh,
24th.
Lord.
Like already, already. But I, eh,
Oh,
mom,
you better give yourself more credit, Shorty. Stop
yeah,
playing.
it's funny
Listen,
though.
you gotta give yourself more credit, Shorty, because
Yeah,
there's a lot of kids out there that don't have their moms or their pops and they lost out there.
I know.
You know what I mean? And
That it breaks
it,
my heart.
no, yeah,
No,
it breaks my heart. And I ain't even a parent, man. It's just like, you know, um, yeah, it's really something. But so what I'm getting back, so it's been about 6 months. How do you feel it's been since, considering speaking in terms of the pandemic, from when you gave birth to now? How has it been, raising your little one? How has it been, having to show a vax card to go anywhere from the last I checked in New York?
yeah. I mean, it's pretty. It is scary, but I feel like now after I gave birth, I did my maternity leave and I didn't return to work. So at work, I feel was where I was in that place where, okay, oh my God, I was exposed. I was exposed. Now that I don't work, I feel like I'm more calm about it. But, I mean, it's just different. Like, you always have that thought in the back of your head, like my boyfriend, he has asthma. You have an infant at home, like, God forbid anything happens, but you just do the best you can. Like, you can't stress yourself out about something you can't control. So, mm,
Wow. No, 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 no. That's deep because it's asthma is all over the place. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I know I had chronic asthma as a youngin, but now I don't, I might get a little winded every now and then, but thank God I don't really have to really trip over it. But yeah, it's that's a real ardent point you made because when you start thinking about, oh, is someone asymptomatic? Is someone not? God forbid complications come in. Somebody got a quarantine.
Yeah.
And like it's crazy because, for example, I want to ask you, I don't know if you do or don't uh you know work at this time. I think you did say you're still on your leave, no?
Well, I was working at a bank and I did my maternity leave. It ended in July. And then after that, I just never went back.
Listen, I don't blame you. But
Yeah.
my question to you is we're gonna put on our hypothetical hats on this one. Um you're still at the job, right? They tell you, hey, if you don't get the we ain't gonna say the word. Allegedly, you can't say it on YouTube. Um,
Um,
but if you don't get that dose, you might lose your job. What do you have to say to that notion? And what do you have to say to maybe to somebody that might be going through that? If you have an opinion
Honestly,
about
I personally, I don't think it's fair. I think it's too soon to do that. But yeah, I just don't think it's fair. Like, it's too soon to make people think that, they have to get this dose to keep their job. I mean, it's not fair. It's too soon. And it's been what, a year?
yes, yes. I think we're approaching it if we're not already there. And to kind of double down on that, it's a real uneasy motion notion. It's like, man, like, I was thinking to myself, earlier in the week, like, to me it sounds right up the alley of like rights violation, even from a
That's
worker
the thing.
standpoint.
No, I be having these conversations with my friends all the time. Like, I don't want to use like non-PC words, but they know exactly what to do to walk around the loopholes. So instead of saying, you need the dose to go eat here, they say you need to show that you got your dose card. They know what to say to make it so they think they're not impeding on rights. Yeah. So
And
instead of saying, sorry to cut you off. Instead of
no,
saying,
go ahead, go ahead.
you know, you're going to lose your job if you don't get the dose, they say if you don't provide your card, you're no
Disciplinary
longer.
action.
Yeah, they know the wording to make it all seem like it's fair when it's not.
Liability free, huh? And
Yeah.
that's the thing I want to say is that, like, I just, to me, the question begs to be asked, like, for how long do they think that people is just gonna be cool with that? Like, how long do they think that people is just gonna be like, okay, yeah, I'll just do it?
I
Like,
mean,
it's
but
just
you'd be surprised because a lot of people are just doing it. They have no choice. They can't lose their job. I know people like that, and it sucks because it's like they're toys, and it's not right. But
no, I wholeheartedly agree, and that's why, to me, like, I was having a conversation earlier that the way I see it is that, a lot of what's been going on has been shown to us in many different ways,
mm,
and it's kind of to the point where, like, we're almost forced to swallow a pill of some sorts where it's like, man, like if you don't adjust to the times is gonna eat you the fuck up.
It's
You
so
know,
true.
and it's crazy when you think about that because to me it becomes real synonymous to like, man, like I remember a time when, you know, the next man could just walk up in your house and if you wanted a piece of steak in your fridge and he
Yeah,
had the will to kill you about it, he'd do that and
yeah.
pillage your whole house. And it's like, is these the times we're going back to?
No,
It's like it's
I
just
sure hope not.
hey, listen, but that's the thing though. It's like you know, you that's the notion across the board, but the times are gonna be what they are.
Yeah. But
You
I
know,
also, I also do think like this also is the first time we're experiencing something like this in our lifetime. So, when things like polio happened, like I feel like similar things happened, but it was in a different way. Like now, I bet when polio happened, people were trying to get their hands on a dose of something to cure them. Now, I feel like people are also just in disbelief that something that happened so soon can actually be, like
the
can
cure.
work. Yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, it gets to be real synonymous with a lot of things in history. You know, you look
Yeah,
at, you
of
know, the
course.
Tuskegee project. You know, you look at a couple things that just happened, and you're like, man, you know, some of the numbers on the Spanish flu when it was going down, like millions of people died from the Spanish.
Yeah. Even even the swine flu, like millions of people
Yes, I
died.
remember that. Ebola was a little thing for a minute.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just I don't know. You know, I've learned to take it with a grain of salt. You know, I say my prayers every night, and you know, I try my best to
Yeah.
just live right. You know, because in the end of
Yeah.
the day, you know, pandemic or not, we as disposable as the Most High say we are. You know what I mean? Like we could
That's
be gone tomorrow. You know, and that's not from a pandemic. That could be from walking to work and getting ran over or something. You know what I mean? And as grim as that sounds, you know, it's just like it goes to the point that, you know, we gotta put thought to stuff like
yeah.
that, you know, and really start to like, you know, have more compassion behind,
Yeah.
you know, thinking that way. And you know, maybe you were very willing to you know, do this and that to the next person, but the next time you might think twice, you know what I mean? And you know, it's a certain je ne sais quoi that comes with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that it's very much one of the key issues with what's going on out there. You know, all the disagreements and whatever. Obviously, there's more things, but I feel like that is top five right there. You know,
Yeah.
just being compassionate and human, really. But
Yeah.
hey,
Exactly.
man, that be what it be. What I want to ask you about is, you know, as you know, we hustle and smoke. We talk cannabis here. I know from experience, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know if the young lady in front of me wants to be known, but she was smoking a little bit of pot back in the day.
Oh,
So can you a little, you know, just a tad, but can you kind of speak on what your opinion on it is now? Um, and we'll go from there. Go ahead.
well, obviously, I didn't really smoke when I didn't smoke at all throughout pregnancy, so
Right.
I haven't really gotten high in a while.
Well,
Before Right before I was pregnant, let me tell you, it was like God knew that I was gonna get pregnant because I had the summer of my life. I was drunk all the time. I was getting high. I had fun. But yeah, that was really the last time that I got high. I did smoke a bit, maybe a month after, and I didn't want to get too high, so I didn't get that high. But
well, you took like a rip or two.
yeah,
Okay, no, that's what's up. Hey, listen, you know, me personally, me being I want to say I'm about a year and a half in the cannabis industry, and you know, I'll talk a little bit on it in a second, but Me being in it now, like I've learned that there's no like is no set pace. Like, I have a certain like disdain for the notion that like, oh, you gotta smoke the Zaza, you gotta smoke this much, you gotta smoke that much, you gotta smoke this, that. No. Like,
I'm not
let me
that.
tell people, let me disclaim something to y'all. A lot of people don't come or aren't in, weed legal states, and not only are they not in weed legal states, but if they are, like the information isn't pushed because some of these states, like Michigan, man, there was another one I had in mind. I think New Mexico is legal rec, and like these states are real. Like you shouldn't be smoking over their states, if you know what I mean.
I didn't
Very
even know that.
very no, it's like it's like frowned upon.
Yeah,
Don't bring it here type shit. So, um, and with that being said, people, don't ever let nobody tell you that you got to smoke top shelf to get high.
that's not true. You like what you like. If you like Reggie's, smoke your Reggie's.
No, listen, hey, listen.
Not you
I'm
specific.
not. I'm not an advocate for that. But what I am advocating for is that you know, listen. I'm in the industry. I see people every day spend their last dollar on the best weed they could get, and it's like it if they didn't have that thought process, like they probably have a little more money in their pocket. They probably, it's a trickle effect. So people just know top shelf is not all it's cracked out to be. Hold on to that. THC numbers do not fucking matter. Hold on to that. What matters is when did they dig it off from the ground? Because you want to smoke some fresh flower, not some 35% THC flower from last year. Hold on to that. So all I'm saying is that you know, I like that you brought up the fact that you didn't do it during pregnancy, because me personally, from where I stood for a long time, um, I shared the notion that it shouldn't be done during, and I still share that notion to a degree, but I also kind of see the and I hear and try to reach out and research like the other side. I know a couple. Like I said, I'm in the industry. I know ladies that smoked through their pregnancies. Now, the way they did it from what I got from them, it was more of like a microdose option. So like, let's say God forbid, you want to smoke, you might take a rip and you put it down.
Yeah.
You might want to take one more rip before bed, put it down. Now, if I'm not gonna quote this. I know because I don't have the exact information, the exact websites and studies and stuff. But I remember running into information that spoke on cannabis as it relates to during pregnancy and stuff like that. And it's it, listen, like I said, I'm not out here advocating for it. Now, if it's my decision, my personal decision, I'm gonna go with whatever I feel like. But I just want to let it be known that I ain't out here advocating or telling nobody to smoke no bud while they having a kid. But listen. I'm just putting it out there because God forbid, you get misconstrued, and I only got like 30 subscribers. I can't lose no subscribers. Nah, let me stop playing. But now, on a serious note, it from what I recollected, it's been linked to helping in brain development within while it's in the womb. So I don't know how true it is. Once again, now that I'm having this conversation with you now, and when I brought it up to you yesterday, when I brought it up to you, I'm gonna definitely reach out for that information so I could kind of educate myself. And yeah, I'm very interested to explore an option where it might not have to be demonized just because because what people got to understand is that for so long cannabis as was put under the wrong stigma. Like all the time, people were saying it's a drug.
The gateway drug.
There you go. Yes, the
Yeah.
gateway drug. And and now it's like we're, you know, where I stand, I could never say it's a drug. Like it's people choosing cannabis products over chemotherapy for their cancer treatment.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
think along those lines and you're like, holy shit,
Yeah.
it goes way beyond somebody wanting to get high, right?
I
It
think
must go.
damage.
Say it again.
I said I think alcohol does more damage.
Oh man, listen. Yes, exactly. And I think a lot of people aren't ready to have that conversation. And that's okay because I'm not here to have it with them. But all I'm saying is that it's you know, it's real interesting because it pushes the envelope almost on tradition, and it goes very much into the taboo, and like, you know, it's but it's also a beautiful thing because it gives you a chance to cement it. You know, like, yo, I'm about to be a parent. You know,
Yeah.
I'm about to be responsible for overseeing this. You know, and I feel like when people just aren't open to even listening to what could be a conversation like that, it just it's you know, it's understanding why, you know, it it's a taboo thing, you know. And I just know that me personally, when that conversation got to be had, I'm definitely gonna think about, you know, actual research that I done had
I
and
think that
made.
I think the best thing for something like that is just do your research, know your facts, and know what works for you.
Right, right, exactly. And you know, and let me ask you now, obviously, you know, this is going to be more from a personal standpoint, a subjective view. Um do you see yourself demonizing, or not demonizing, but like, for lack of a better term, hiding cannabis from your kids? Like, let's say they 18, 19, and they start smoking some bud. And I'm gonna say 18, 19 because at that point, I'm sure they're gonna push up the age. It's gonna be a market thing at that point. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But would you look at it like, oh my God, you know, you're smoking pot now? Like, what's going on? Or would you look at it like, yo, you know, I done smoked some pot in my day and might think of it along those lines?
No, I don't. I wouldn't think of it. I wouldn't take it as bad as, someone like my mom did. But I would just, you got to have that open line of communication. So I would just let them know, like, you know, if that's what you're doing, okay, be careful. Like, that's just it. Like with anything, just be careful.
You see, I could already see you gonna be the cool mom. You know, you're gonna have a lot of slumber parties at your house. I already see it.
Uh,
Um, I already see it. They're gonna be like, I
no.
want to go to Amanda crib.
Oh my
Well,
God.
listen, I don't want
What?
to ask you your little one name on the camera. Listen. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't tell the YouTube people your daughter name, girl. You don't know what that. You don't know what people gonna do with that.
No, I
No, I'm saying just in case he was gonna say it. I'm just saying. Maybe tell me on the back end though, because I'm interested. I don't think you ever like put it out. You know? Did you?
no, I mean, I don't like broadcast it,
No,
but
of course not. Of course not. But I'm
here it.
saying, like, I never seen it on like a caption or anything.
Yeah, no, not really. No, her face is cute enough.
Oh my god, she's adorable.
Thank you.
And I could imagine like, it's with you two, you guys are gonna have her like in all type of fucking sneakers and oh man, listen.
She already has. You got to see the collection.
Oh my god.
So
Listen, I'm not gonna ask you to, but you gotta send a couple pictures. I'm very interested to see what it's
you
like.
want to see right now?
What how old is she? 6 months?
Yeah, she's about to be 6 months.
A little 5 month and 3/4 little baby. I would love to see her sneaker collection because if it's better than mine, then goddamn, I
It's
gotta.
better than mine.
I believe it. I believe it.
The little
You
SBs.
I already hear it. I already hear it. You, oh my God, more
Yeah,
rum.
her dad, he's no joke. You know, every
Hey
time.
man, shouts out to him, man. That's what's up, man. Hey,
Yeah.
shouts out to all the cats out there raising their kids, man. Y'all kids need y'all, man. Y'all need to raise y'all kids,
Let
man.
me tell you something. Now is the time where you should buy them the most stuff because they're not gonna ask for anything. When they start asking, "Mom, I want this. Mom, I want that," that's when you're gonna be like, "Shit."
That's a fact. Yo, that's a fact. That's a good little philosophy. I'm gonna write
Yeah,
that one down.
for sure.
Hey, listen, little Joey. I bought you a bunch of shit when you was a kid, man. Don't ask for. Ooh, those is icy.
Yeah, I can't wait till she
Those
can
is
actually
icy.
fit them.
Oh, those is icy, sis. I ain't gonna lie to you. Those
Yeah.
is icy. Oh, the Rays, the Bravo Toros.
Yeah.
Woo, drip, 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 drip.
Yeah. And
Stop playing.
these were literally either her dad bought them or her cousin.
Ooh, the forest.
And
Ooh, icy. Yo, icy feet, man.
yeah, but that's just some of her little stuff. She's also, the first granddaughter on both sides. They're gonna be spoiled.
Hey, congratulations, sis.
Thank
Listen,
you.
I couldn't imagine the transformation, and from where I'm standing, it looks like you doing it. You know what I mean? And shouts out to that because, like I was saying earlier, these kids, they gonna need their parents, man, and that's why I always try to especially through the episodes, I try to ask these questions because I know that hey, the most I can knock on the door for me in that way at any point in time, and the least I could do is be knowledgeable on some shit, to not be completely in the deer, like a deer in the headlights and nothing like that.
Yeah.
So it's real dope to see though as well because like I said, man, I would have never imagined I would have seen Amanda as a mom.
Really?
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But lastly, so last question I want to ask you, and this also might be a little more if you want to answer it, of course. But how have you and your boyfriend kept the rapport solid through, because when people think, and even though maybe nowadays it's not as spoken about, and which is I think it's a good thing because who gives a fuck about all those details, but people talk about not being married or whatever the fuck, and I'm not here to talk about that, but
Right.
like how have you guys kept it like together? Because I could tell that you guys even from when you guys first started your whole relationship, you guys seem to be pretty solid, you know what I mean, and now I mean you guys look, your daughter is a reflection of all of that.
Yeah.
So how have you guys kind of anything in the way of advice or any tricks that
Mm,
work, whatever?
Well, honestly, the biggest thing, talk about everything. If something is bothering you, you gotta say it right then and there because if it keeps happening, you should have did something about it the first time. And also keep the romance alive. Like you need those date nights. That is so important. Like just to get out and even go for a walk. Like those little moments where you're not, just at home taking care of the baby or just
Hey,
at
listen,
yeah.
real quickly, Amanda, I'm gonna say this. The way you was just smiling after you said that, listen, I hope I make somebody's daughter feel that way someday. Cause I'm like,
Oh,
man, like
I'm
you
sure.
started glowing all of a sudden. I'm like, hold up, hey,
Yeah.
this may fall around. Let me see. Let me make sure he's not around. Cause I don't want you to blush too hard now. I don't want to do that to you, but go ahead, though. Go ahead. I just wanted to pick on you about that real quick.
Yeah. The date nights are really important. The communication and just being a team. Like if in my opinion, if you ever find that you're in a relationship where you feel like you're against the person and not on the same team, then that's not for you. Get out of there.
And would you agree that just going off what you just said, it's even more important in times like these where like as sure as we want to play it, like we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I'm
Um,
with it.
and you would say in that case, it makes it even more like not only important, but like almost essential. Dare I say, you know what I mean? Because you know, you you have a whole life to oversee. You know what I mean? And my question to you is, right? You had and I promise this is gonna be the last thing right here. You had said something to the tune of, bring something up on the spot or whatever the case may be. So is it always so black and white? Because I'm thinking about, man, like, do does one bring it up around the kid? Does like how you know what I mean? Can you give me a little bit of insight as it pertains to
Well,
that?
nothing's ever black and white. Everything has a gray area. But when I say that, I mean just little things, if something on either side, on the man side or the female side, if the other person is just doing a little thing that bothers you, I think it's better to nip it in the bud before it just keeps happening and that person thinks it's okay, because then, if it's just they're just gonna keep doing it, and
It's
you
gonna
should
carry over.
from the beginning. Yeah, and I'm not even talking about like big things, because if you're
Oh
having a
no, no,
kid
no!
with someone,
Listen, I'm playing devil's advocate with
yeah,
you. Listen, you
little
saying
things
it. I'm just trying to, you standing by your point, and that's what you're supposed to do,
like
sis. That's all.
like it. If I don't like that he leaves his socks on the floor, don't wait till the 30th time that he left his socks right there for you to say you don't like the socks right there.
Oh,
It
okay,
like the
okay,
second,
okay.
third
Nah, I can respect that. I
Yeah,
can respect that. I can respect that. Okay. No,
yeah,
and I mean I respected your original point, but I was just saying because a lot of situations is timing. You know what I mean? Like a
yeah,
lot of situations is timing. So it's like, and as people, we're inclined to give into a moment of discomfort, a misunderstanding or
yeah.
what have you. And
We're
it's
all
like,
human.
and that's the thing. To me, it's like, man, it's it, it, it's something that has to be given credit. You know what I mean? Because if you're not conscious of something, you're liable to kind of fall to it. Because
Exactly. Yeah.
you go, oh, I was blindsided. Nah, I know that this is coming up, so I'm gonna keep it in mind. So
Yeah.
if it doesn't, God bless. If it does, hey, I could pull it out of my pocket, like, here you go, this is the answer. You know what I mean? So but yeah, so with that being said, that is all we have. I feel like I've taken up enough time from your beautiful little daughter. Keep being a rocking mom, first
Thank
and
you.
foremost. I wanna Do you have anything you want to plug in? Any let the people know where to find you, any businesses, anything? Go ahead. Let them know who you want to shout out, what you want to shout out.
I want to shout out my daughter. I want to shout out my baby father.
Ooh, baby.
Uh, yeah. But
Uh-oh.
yeah,
Hey,
it's
make sure
it's
he's
a
not
really.
around. You blushing, sis. Make sure he's not around. I don't know if you want him to see you blushing, sis.
I'm blushing at him though. I'm
I
thinking.
know, I know, I know, I know, I know that, and that's why I'm picking on you.
Yeah. No, but you know that I've always been like this with the red cheeks. Come on,
Nah, that's a
everybody
fact.
know that.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Go ahead, though.
But yeah, that's really it. Follow my Instagram, ahova. Um, but yeah, thank you for having me. It's been real, reminiscing. Good times.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go ahead and end it all by saying no, thank you, sis, for stopping by.
anytime.
Like you say, it's real nostalgic. You know what I mean? It's real dope to see that you got your little family in order. I see you making it a big family one day. For now, we gonna say little family. You know,
No, no
but
way.
just as an aside, real quickly, one thing that I've always known about you personally is that the structure was always there with your personal family. So in the end of the day, it's only gonna follow suit
Yeah,
because you had that.
yeah,
So you're gonna subconsciously follow suit, carry on
yeah.
tradition.
I mean, I know.
So
I know my daughter's always gonna have both her parents to rely on. I
And
know that
that's it.
fact. Yeah,
And that's why, like I said, I give you and the gentleman all y'all flowers because
yeah.
it ain't easy. I could only,
Right.
my both my sisters had their kids through the
Yeah.
pandemic as well, and like, my mom says it all the time, like, those is champion kids,
They are
because they were born into a
a
fucked up
mess. Yeah,
situation. But guess what?
yeah.
If we see tomorrow and they see tomorrow, hey, we gonna have a
Good
story to tell.
job,
You know
right?
what I mean?
Exactly. I have one more thing I want to say. I just want to say
Go
to
ahead, girl. Talk. Go ahead.
all the new moms and new dads, just take it easy. You got this. You're doing great. And like I said, we're all just winging it. We really are. It's a day by day thing, you know. Yeah,
Hey, listen, people. She means that from the bottom of her heart.
I
But
do.
like I said, it was real nice having you. Don't even worry about the time lapse. It's all good. It didn't happen. Um,
Oh,
it was a pleasure. That's all I could really say.
thank
Outside of that, you two people, I do still plan to have an episode for y'all on Thursday as well. I don't think Thursdays is going nowhere. We gonna keep pushing these lives. We gonna keep having dope people like A Hova. Dope people like who damn, I had so many people through who we had last week, man. Hey, much love to who we had last week, but I'm a little fuzzy. I'm a little high. But yeah, so all I'm gonna say is thank you to everybody that pulled up today. This is the 30th episode. I definitely plan to keep it pushing. It ain't always gonna be this dark behind me. There's gonna be a real nice sign going up real soon. Hustle and smoke.
you.
We're gonna
Yeah,
do all of that. We're gonna make sure we continue to stay true to
yeah.
our
And
platform.
I never said it too. Congrats on this and what you're doing with this. I
Oh
could
man.
tell you really love what you're doing, and you've always been passionate about speaking your mind and getting your voice out there. So keep doing this, and it's good to see someone doing something that they like and they actually enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, like I've alluded to earlier, me and you've had conversations before where it was like, man, like, it ain't like I ain't have shit to say. It was just a matter of, yo, just press the fucking button, dog. And
Yeah,
one day I did that, and now even though this is the 30th episode, I done did like fucking man, I done been live millions of times. I done put
yeah,
up mad content. So it's like it's really dope. You know what I mean? It's really dope because not only do I think about on one end like, man, I should have been did this shit. But at the same time, I'm falling in love with just being able to network with people, being
yeah,
able to be in a room with people that otherwise, like, I probably wouldn't be able to be in the room with. I'm talking about like, people in the cannabis industry that I've met and I've rubbed shoulders with, like people that have blessed me in all types of ways. You know what I mean? And hey, it's gonna keep going, man. We're gonna keep collabing. I actually, real quickly, just for the YouTube people, I'm talking to a young lady over there for Drops. Drops is a cannabis company out here in Oregon. Um, and I'm gonna get her on soon. So that's gonna be a full cannabis episode right there. So all the cannabis heads, all the weed smokers, all the edible eaters, all the edible bakers, all of that, yo, come through. We're gonna chop it up with the edible kings out here, man. Because if you know about drops, man. That's all I'm gonna say. But I also say that to say that I relish in these opportunities, man, and it's a beautiful thing. Shouts out to the cannabis industry. Shouts out to everybody. With that being said, this has gone long enough. Amanda, my line is open. You have my personal number. You have you've had my last number since I've had it for the first day. So I say that to say my line is open. However, my platform or I can help you. Feel free to reach out. Other than that, hey, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look to tap in with you on the back end, and hey, keep raising your kids, Shawty.
yeah. Thank
I know you're gonna raise. I know you're gonna raise the future president, or who knows, man. She could go anywhere. I know you're
you.
gonna install that in her. So with that, I leave you, and I leave the
Right.
YouTube people with a
Thank you.
peace out. Enjoy y'all night. See y'all later.